Hey everyone, either welcome back or welcome to my channel. And in today's video, I actually want to do something a little bit different. I want to do a video where I talk about what I would tell myself at the beginning of this journey. And I'm going to do this in a way that would be writing a letter back to my former self of what I would tell myself when I was initially going through all of this stuff at the beginning. So before I get into any more details, time for the intro. I'm going to do this not in sections, but I'm going to just talk about what comes to mind. I tried to do an outline for this video and it didn't work. I just felt like I needed to get into a little bit of a flow state to do this. When I was first initially dealing with symptoms, I was in school and I remember being so frustrated because I was just getting, it felt like no answers. And I was getting, it seemed like absolutely nowhere with tests. And I think the biggest thing I would tell myself, especially at the start, this would be about January, February of 2018, I would say, keep pushing, don't give up, you will get a diagnosis eventually. It's not something that can be detected in the blood work, it's going to take imaging. So if you have to keep pushing and push to get that imaging, keep pushing for it. And I would tell myself that although you're struggling right now, this time in your life is going to teach you so much more about dealing with adversity than what you could ever possibly imagine in your life. You're going to go through so many ups and downs, and you're going to be on a roller coaster for the next few years. But what you learn in this time is going to be carried with you for the rest of your life. I honestly believe that I wouldn't have learned as much as I have without going through IIH and migraines, because there are just some things you can't learn without going through some type of struggle or adversity. And it's one of the reasons why I'm actually thankful for this journey in a way, because getting this so young is a huge benefit to me as a person, because not only do you learn to understand how you deal with adversity, but you learn those lessons that you can only learn through dealing with a challenge. Things like handling stress, things like how you handle when things don't go your way, how you handle when you're not reaching milestones when you wish you could be. As those few doors close that you really want to go towards, you may have other doors that open that are even better for you. And I would tell myself that just because you're not reaching or getting to the same goals as what other people are your age, it doesn't mean that you're failing. It means that you're just on a different path compared to everyone else. I've gotten more out of the fact that this has forced me to slow down and really acknowledge what I enjoy and really acknowledge who I am. I find authenticity and being true to myself is a more fulfilling thing for me to do than to pretend to be something that I'm not. One of the biggest challenges that I still struggle with on a personal level is major life milestones. So I'm not in a relationship right now. It feels like, in a way, I've lost the last couple of years of major milestones compared to what my classmates may be experiencing. But I feel like I'm just at a point now where I'm on a different path. And I would tell myself at the beginning of this, although you want to reach those milestones and keep striving for them, you may not reach the milestones when you want to, and that's perfectly okay. I think one of the things that society puts a lot of pressure on young people is that we must reach certain milestones at certain ages or we're failing in life. And I think that's a really bad thing to tell people. We all learn in different ways, so why do we have to reach the same milestones at different times to be considered average or normal, or to be even considered succeeding? Getting into some more emotional things now. I have struggled emotionally a lot throughout this journey, and I would tell myself at the beginning, be okay with getting emotional and when you need to share emotions with others. When you let out emotions, especially those negative emotions, it actually ends up being a positive thing in the end, not a negative thing. And I think I was kind of a little bit afraid to cry in front of people when I was younger. And I think that I'm scared to show when I'm struggling. Like, I like to keep and reflect on things inwardly. It's just the way I am. I think part of that is because I'm an introvert. So I like to deal with my problems on the inside. And when I tend to have problems, I tend to retreat into my inner self. I still do struggle with this. I still do like to keep things to my inner self quite often because I'm not quite at the point where I'm comfortable sharing those yet. But it's getting better compared to what it was. And I think I would tell myself, be okay with letting people know that you're struggling and that you're not okay. Because if I hadn't done that in December of 2018, I would have never gotten the help from my primary care physician, is what I did when I admitted that I was actually struggling quite a bit with everything that was happening between having IIH and then getting migraines not too long afterwards. It was a very rough road emotionally, and I would tell myself it's going to be a rough road emotionally, but you're going to get through it, and make sure that you lean on people that you need to in order to get through that particular time. If you feel the need to share your story, be open to that possibility. When I first made a YouTube account, I never intended on making my own videos. It was so that I could comment and like other people's videos and other people's content. I never had the intention of starting my own channel. And when it came to the feeling of feel like I need to share this story, not only so that my family kind of understands what's going on, which was the original motivation, being able to share some of those more emotional things has led me to open up and to feel more relaxed in where I am. This channel has been such a therapeutic medium. It really has been. It's been an honor to share my story because I have gotten a lot of messages and a lot of comments saying this video is so helpful. But it's been almost, I think, more therapeutic for me because I have a place to share when things are going bad. Even though it may not make it into the final cut, I've been able to get those things off my chest by specifically talking to the camera. If you're enjoying my content, please feel free to subscribe. Remember that it's completely free. It just allows us to reach more people with IIH and migraines. When you're subscribing, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss any of my upcoming future content. If you enjoyed this particular video, be sure to give it a like. If you're watching this on Facebook or Instagram, be sure to like and follow. And as for now, that's it for today. Bye everyone.